Yeah. Okay, I think I'm a boomer. I think I'm a zoomer. I think I'm a doomer. Damn, I'm like a zoomer. Okay. EWGWHITE coming with the heat.
Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the world dedicated to radical centrism. I am your host, Orion. Joining me as always is Micah. What is up, buddy?
What's up, my gorillas?
I haven't been necessarily online lately. I've been camping, seeing people doing things, experiencing the world, and I recommend everyone else do that, but somehow when you're doing all of that, you just can't find guests. It all goes to the wayside. It all melts away. And so it's just the two of us here today, but that's okay because those are quite honestly probably our best shows because it gives me more room to talk and absorb the whole conversation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna agree with that statement, but yeah, definitely. And it's important for you as members of the Grillisha to follow in Orion's footsteps and make sure that you take a little bit of time from your lives and get outside, do some outdoor activities. You can always come back. The Grillcast will always be here for you. It'll be a forever staple in your life, and there will always be time. But you got to take that time to step outside, to go outside and enjoy the things in life that you can't get online. That you just can't get online.
Exactly. You can always come back. The coals, they'll remain hot. The fire tended to. Everything will be okay, my grillas. Also follow in my footsteps and monopolize the conversation at all times, Really just insert yourself, even when you don't really have anything to say. If you have nothing of value. And does anyone else have anything of value to say? I don't think so.
That'll impress your friends and family, and especially any women that you're interested in. Just keep talking. Just don't let them get a word in.
Look, as grillas, I know that all of us use that towards women because the more you talk, the less you have to hear them talk. This is true, but do it to everybody. Do it to everybody. But to get into the show, to really start off with the real politics that you're here to listen to, the real nitty-gritty details of what's going on in our world, let's start talking about the long walk back. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what does he mean by this? The long walk back. And it's essentially as follows. You're on a quest, an epic journey. You have an idea in mind, a goal to reach, and you've found success. You're there. You're almost there. You shoot for the stars, and you damn near reach it. You can taste it on your tongue. You can smell it. You can see it there in front of you with your very own eyes, but unfortunately, you crash and burn right at the 1 yard line, leaving behind a trail of your former friends, allies, supporters, people you've stepped on in this quest that you've left behind, discarded. Though they're still all on the path behind you. And at this point, there's no path forward. There is only the long walk back. Now, with that, let's talk about Donald Trump. Donald Trump, my friends. Now, look. Trump, he's on his long walk back right now. Yeah. After January 6th, he commands his supporters to storm the Capitol. Yeah. And what happens? What happens? They do it. They listen to him. And he doesn't pardon any of them. He doesn't, speak on their behalf or even speak positively about them because he sees them do this and says, wait, you fucking idiots didn't bring guns? You were supposed to bring guns. Wait a second. Do I have to tell you everything? I have to tell you to bring the guns? I told you to go there. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. I've been dog whistling this whole time. And everything up to this point you seem to have got, but you didn't get the part. Yeah.
The very crucial mistake, that was his 1 yard line, and he's on his long walk back. And on this journey, Donald Trump passes through Ohio. And he does this to witness the devastation of the East Palestine community. To see, very unfortunate. I had a lot of mean-spirited words towards that, and towards those people in particular, but watching this video, I really feel a sense of, I don't know. Have you ever done something or said something and then there's this feeling like your stomach hurts a little bit and you're like, You feel bad?
Yeah, I mean,
have you
pretty
ever...
much any time I talk to my mom, I get that feeling.
Yeah, this is a new one for me, man. I don't know how to deal with this, but I feel absolutely horrible. Let's see Donald Trump talk to his most ardent East Palestinian supporters.
Oh, wow.
You ready?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. All
right, so here he is. He walks amongst the commoners.
Not showing up, you showing up before he did.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Look at these people, man.
The real president.
And so I look at this and I think to myself, I was downplaying their horrible situation, the train wreck. I said, what could possibly happen to these people? They think they have damages. This would take years to develop. But I watch this and I think to myself, these people are suffering from horrible mutations. They've been poisoned. They look like they're melting, Micah. They look like the Wicked Witch of the West. They're melting, Micah. These people.
Yeah, I was wondering about that myself. If this was a recent reaction to chemicals in their water, or if this was the result of a sort of intergenerational mistake.
Look, it's like I look at these people and I think to myself, there's not a single person in this crowd that I would fuck. Not a single one. How often do you have a crowd of 100 people and think to yourself, yeah, not one of them could get it? Even like ones I wouldn't publicly admit to, that like low key I probably would. No, not a single one in this whole crowd. And I think to myself, these people, it's like Fallout, but now.
Yeah.
It's like Fallout, but now their skin's melting off.
They're dressed like raiders.
they're fat and slovenly, disgusting. And yeah, I just feel really ashamed for my previous comments saying that, the train company's not responsible here, that they don't owe these people. They owe these people everything because they took everything from them. These people no longer have souls.
Yeah.
Micah. They're not going to heaven. They've been tarnished. But, but Trump, he continues his jaunt through Ohio, visiting the commoners and the filth, and he hits up a local McDonald's. Now, a lot of politicians, they stop in, I'm going to a local diner. I'm supporting a small business with my photo opportunity, but Donald Trump is a man of culture. He understands that McDonald's is monolithic, that it is America in its purest form.
Truly, it's the people's. This. It's the people's diner.
They're even red and yellow.
Yeah,
they're
his
the people's
colors.
diner. And so here he is at McDonald's, and they love him. Everyone there loves him.
What's your specialty today?
How are you today? Nice to meet you.
Hello, everybody. That's a nice, beautiful looking group of people.
Even
so
the
I know this
McDonald's
menu better than you do.
I know.
Okay? I probably know it better than anybody in here. We're going to take care of the fire department.
Okay.
We're going to take care of the police department.
What a king, bro. Even in McDonald's, he goes in and he flexes and he says,
I know.
Yeah, I know this menu better than anyone in here, than any of you sick, mutated freaks.
Yeah. He's just like, bring in the manager. If they can't name more menu items than me, I get the store.
I think he would be a really good fast food manager,
Oh,
because
definitely.
he knows what the people want. He knows what the people want. He's not afraid to cut the fat, kick out the losers.
Absolutely.
He would run like the Chick-fil-A of McDonald's if he was a manager.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's good that he's on his long walk back, he seems to be his demeanor seems even to have changed a bit. I think he's a little bit humbled from his experience exiting the presidency, and I'm looking forward to see how this how this plays out for him going forward. I think it's going to help him.
He definitely seems humbled. This is true. This is something that is it's inarguable, really. It's just factual. And to prove this, he gets up on the stand, and part of his long walk back, he brought supplies with him. He brought water for these people, fresh, non-chemicalized water.
Good.
He brought supplies. I mean, this is a man who's really changed. So let's see what he has to say about the water that he brought for these stupid bumpkin fucks.
Because we're bringing thousands of bottles of water, Trump water, actually, most of it. Some of it we had to go to a much lesser quality water. You want to get those pump bottles, I think, more than anybody else. But we're bringing a lot of water.
Dude, imagine it's like McDonald's back when they did the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce, except like with Trump water.
Yeah.
Like everyone's fighting over it, beating each other up, fucking spurging out, screaming because they need that Trump water. They're not.
Yeah.
Look, the Trump water has no GMOs. Okay, it won't make you gay, unlike the normal tap water that you would drink. This is the highest quality water, and he's humbled. He's humbled, and he's offering it to these peons for nothing, for the price of free. What's better than that?
Imagine that the lesser quality water is just like emptied out Dasani bottles that were dunked into the river. Like, yeah, you better get that Trump water. You're not.
I drank the non-Trump water, and now I'm growing a third arm.
Yeah.
I really should have listened to the Big Don. Big Don.
But no, it's good. He's taking care of his constituents.
Right.
That's important.
Right. And he is taking care of his constituents. He really is. And there's a lot of people, a lot of online rightoids who are saying that this is a great move, a great PR move. To quote Elon Bullock or Ian Miles Cheong, who's Asian, by the way.
Yeah.
Trump. Yeah, he's a fucking Asian. Trump should absolutely do more of this. The less time he spends insulting political opponents and celebrities on social media and more down-to-earth speeches and events, the better. This is what this guy, this fucking retarded Asian, has to say. This is his analysis. This is what Trump should be doing, not dabbing on people. Oh no, he should be mingling amongst the peons, amongst the filth. And let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like, that version of Trump. Tell me what you think about it.
19 days ago, tragedy struck this wonderful village and rocked the lives of people throughout this area, long beyond this area. It's been weeks since Americans have been inspired. They've just watched this over the weeks. They've been inspired by your strength and your courage and how you've come together to stand up for the families in your area and the families of this village and beyond. We've seen the first responders and railroad workers serving bravely in the line of duty. The railroad workers have been really incredible, actually, and they've gone way above the call of duty. We've seen citizens speaking up at the town halls, and we.
Do you think this is the best version of Trump? Look at him. The soul has left his eyes. The energy, the fire, the passion that he has. When he calls a woman fat, or when he calls somebody low energy or gay or whatever, that he has fire in his eyes. You know, he has soul. He has a soul. He doesn't have that here. He doesn't care about this. He looks at these people. He's surrounded by fat retards who are melting from the gay chemicals that were dumped in their shitty town. And what does he say? Do you think he cares about them? Do you think he cares? No, he has to pretend to care to win over the constituents, and then online retards, fucking Elon Bullockers on Twitter going, oh, well, yeah, he's more presidential. He's doing boots on the ground, you know, really going out there and showing that he's a man of the people, blah, blah, blah. He's not. That's his appeal, is that he's not a man of the people. I mean, he's above the other people, and he spits upon them. If you want rain, he spits on your fucking head. That's the one that won 2016. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, you're completely right. He needs to spend less time filleting the suffering people in the United States, you know, the people who are affected by disasters or what have you, economic woes, and instead he needs to be going out and buying people McDonald's. Okay, he needs to be flaunting his, you know, seemingly unending wealth, even though it's not real. You know, he needs to be doing things that, you know, add to his positive image.
Right, because look, the people there, they're all brain dead. They're all mental midgets, smooth-brained mental midgets, and even them, like, you can see them in the background. They're looking at him like, I don't think this guy's being genuine. The whole thing about Donald Trump and his appeal was that he was genuine. You know, he genuinely thought that woman was fat.
Yeah.
Okay?
They all do.
They
all do kind of look like they're contemplating their potential status as a doopy. Like, it's just like they're all just like looking off slightly. Like, huh, is this...
Wait a second.
Did I fall for something? Am I stupid?
And look, this idea that he needs to somehow, be more presidential or, try and appeal to the common man, it's because these people that feel that way, they're DeSantis ball lickers. They're DeSantis fucking fanboys hanging off his nuts all the time. And I will go on to prove once again, because I've done it before and I'll do it again, that DeSantis is cringe. Incredibly cringe. So Trump calls DeSantis a groomer via Truth Social, posting a picture of DeSantis as a young teacher, which, that's red flag number one. Why are you a man and you want to be a teacher?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, teachers are not to be trusted. I mean, these are people that want to be around children all day.
Right. So, strike one. And he's pictured with high school students at a party, and they all have red Solo cups. He's a young teacher.
Yeah.
Just fresh in the game. They all have Solo cups.
And I just want to clarify that I don't think anyone, myself included, would ever take money to do that.
But yeah, So how does DeSantis respond to these allegations? He's called a groomer, which is the number one insult. If you're a rightoid in 2023, if you're a groomer, if you get that label slapped on you, you're fucked. It's over. It doesn't matter what you do. You can cure cancer.
If it sticks. You have
sticks,
to avoid letting it stick at all costs.
So let's see how he gets around this. Let's see what he does.
Truth Social directed at you. Some were insinuating that you.
So here's what I would say about all that. I get you guys want the controversy.
How would your proposed legislation against defamation address those posts that could be considered damaging?
And I'd also just say this.
He looks like such a lizard person.
I spend my time delivering results for the people of Florida and fighting against Joe Biden. That's how I spend my time. I don't spend my time trying to smear other Republicans.
You think you're better than this, Ron? You think you're better than this? You dance like a fucking monkey because you're a fucking monkey. Hey, newsflash, it's 2023, DeSantis. This is what you do now. You get on stage, you call each other pedophiles and groomers and faggots until one of you molds and dies. Until one of you doesn't have a response and you're dead forever. Join the fucking... I hate him so much. Oh, I'm so much better than this.
No,
so much better than Trump. I'm not gonna
No,
hit right.
it's more like I'm not gonna do that. Like that's how he fucking sounds.
Yeah, he sounds like such a gay fucking dweeb. And then beyond that, look, he doesn't dissuade the notion that he groomed some high schoolers at all.
Yeah, he's just gonna let that steep. He's gonna let that sit there and stew and let people consider it.
Man.
Oh, he didn't address it. He didn't clap back. And it's like it's not even like it would be hard to clap back. I mean, Donald, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, literally just be like...
At least I didn't have to pay off those high schoolers.
Yeah, at least I didn't have to pay them up. At least I wasn't introduced to those high schoolers by Jeffrey Epstein, Donald. What if you said that? But no, I'm Ron DeSantis. I'm just too fucking good to hit back, to be a real man, to have any sort of balls, because he knows that he's lesser. He knows that he's somebody who doesn't have it in him to fight. He's not a fighter. He's not a fighter at all. He's a fucking faggot. And to that point, it kind of makes me, I want to apologize to Donald Trump. I want to apologize to him because he came out with this name for Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSanctimonious, right? Ron DeSanctimonious. And when I heard this, my immediate thought, I think to myself, no, man, like, it's a mouthful. It just feels like it's grasping at straws. It feels like it's grasping at straws. It feels like it's forced. But I just had to let it stew for a while, I just had to let it really sink in. It was too highbrow, really, of a nickname for Donald Trump. He was venturing out of his normal grade school level and reached middle school level insults.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to grasp that, but he has been accused of doing a racism against DeSantis, actually.
Oh, wow.
He was quoted by many fake news media outlets saying that he was calling Ron DeSantis Meatball Ron. Meatball Ron. Now that's a great name. I like Meatball Ron.
Yeah.
You know, because he does seem like greasy. He's fat. Like I don't. He's not the first thing I'm ordering. You know, probably not even mid tier of what I'm ordering when I sit down at a restaurant. I'm not ordering Meatball Ron. You know, I'm going for like good steak. I'm going for some fresh salmon. I'm not going for meatballs. And that's what he is. He's sleazy, slimy, greasy, Italian. But Trump, he won't use this. He won't use this because Donald Trump has been afflicted by the woke virus, my friends.
No.
I quote from his Truth Social. He truthed this out and then retruthed it later to really set in there that he's serious about this. He says, I will never call Ron DeSanctimonious Meatball Ron, as a fake news is insisting I will. Even though Fox News killing lightweight Paul Ryan is revered by him, low-energy Jeb Bush is his hero and always at his side, his beaches and state were closed for long periods of time, his testing for the China virus didn't work out too well, and his loyalty skills are real weak, it would be totally inappropriate to use the word meatball as a moniker for Ron. Now, he has this clearly superior, like, look, I'm a big brain guy. I've grown to appreciate Ron DeSanctimonious as a nickname, but this is not something that's going to catch on for the vast swaths of retarded troglodytes, you know, infesting our country, making the voter base. That's
Indeed.
not something. And look, Trump, he's gone woke. He says, I'm not going to disparage Italians by calling them meatballs. You know, he's pussyfooting around it. This is a guy that if I support him, you know, if he wants to earn my support, he needs to embrace dog whistling again. Make dog whistling great again. That's what I say, because he was really good at it.
He was.
But
He was.
he won't do it anymore. Is it because he has mob contacts that are going to fucking kneecap him if he goes around disparaging Italians? Is that what's going on here? Why is this a bridge too far for Donald?
Well, I'm glad that the audience is hearing you ask these hard-hitting questions. They are important. They are relevant.
I don't have answers for them, man.
And yeah. I mean, it's gonna take a lot of investigative journalism to get to the core of what exactly is you know, keeping Donald Trump from embracing that as a usable nickname.
If I was Donald Trump, here's what I would do. I'd just call him Faggot Ron. That's the kill shot. Faggot Ron wants to pretend he's better than me. He won't roll around in the mud like us. That's what these people are. These politicians, I want to see them roll around in the fucking mud because they're a bunch of pigs. Fuck them.
Yeah, he just
and they won't do that.
Refers to Ron DeSantis, infamous and renowned butt pirate. Yeah, who happens to be of Italian descent. But yeah.
Yeah. You know, Italians are like the only people... This is what's weird. Italians are the only people you're allowed to be racist against anymore.
Yeah, and that's actually a good segue for a kind of white pilling segment that I wanted to bring up. And it also takes place in Ohio, trying to stay relevant to, Ohio, I guess. But recently, a Italian pizzeria called Santino's has come under a little bit of fire because they have engaged in a ad campaign to try and attract potential employees. Now, the problem with the ad campaign is that it is a giant sign being hung outside of their storefront that says, now hiring non-stupid people. And so,
Well, that's kind of racist.
I mean, be that as it may, the reason that I think it kind of applies to what you're saying is, they're Italian, right? And, what is part of one of the big parts of Mediterranean culture is denigrating your employees. And I think, I think honestly, that's a part of most cultures. And I thought that this country, over everything else, is supposed to embrace multiculturalism. And out of anything, I think this is something that we should get behind. I mean, these people are being provided with a job. The least that they could do is not be stupid.
That's a big ask there, Micah. That's a really big ask. Hey, I want to hire you. Employee who wasn't smart enough to make their own business.
Well,
can you just do me a favor and not be stupid? please.
Well, it's like,
thank you.
It's like they're also being fair to the potential employees. I mean, they're right there. They're outlining exactly what's going to get you fired from the job. I mean, is the government going to force me to hire someone who's wait a second? Fuck, they would. Okay, well, the government shouldn't force you to hire someone who's retarded. Okay, that's not fair. And I think Italians will be the first people to recognize this. And to make matters worse, they put this sign up, and not a day later, they were the victim of a hate crime. Okay, they were the victim of an anti-Italian hate crime. Somebody called into their store and ordered $100 worth of pizza and called back, insulted the employee who answered the phone. They probably said, bada bing, bada boom, go fuck yourself, or something like that. And, they never picked up the $100 worth of pizza. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, this is terrible. But you know what these people did? Because yes, they do only hire non-stupid people. But they're not stupid. They took this unfortunate series of events, this attack, this hate crime, and they turned it into something positive, and they gave out that pizza to members of the community just to show, they're
wholesome.
Exactly. Extremely wholesome, extremely white-pilled, and now the people are on their side. And, I think it's that kind of thing. You can say what you want, as long as, and it may be mean, you can say mean things, but as long as you're a good person, people will support you. People will come to you, and that's what people are doing now. So I just wanted to show that, sometimes it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be true to yourself. And in this case, it's Italians denigrating their friends and employees. And people will still support you.
I just want to know, put yourself in this mindset. Put yourself in the mindset of the phone caller who ordered that pizza to own the Italians or whatever the fuck. You see an ad that says, we're not hiring stupid people. You just go ballistic.
Yeah.
You go bonkers. How dare you? My culture. At a certain point, I guess not, because this person's probably terminally retarded.
Yeah.
But if you're offended by being told, we don't want to deal with stupid people, hey, wake up call, buddy. Wake up call. You're fucking stupid. And maybe he knows that.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy who did it knows that. And he knows there's no way out for him. You can't just take you can't just take a smart pill and become really smart.
See how the stupid person orders $100 worth of pizza when he's called out.
Look, to walk a mile in that man's shoes, and of course it was an Ohioan, right? Imagine being an Ohio business owner, and you're trying to hire help, and all of these poisoned, fucking mongoloid retards, melting, ugly, fat, walk into your establishment. I'm here to work, sir. No, get away. Nobody's gonna order food from you, dude. You're gross.
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna try. These poor business owners. And
it's time
they need a GoFundMe to move out of Ohio.
It's like there's so many rules put on business owners by the state, and the government, and just by social norms. And to me, it's like at some point, the business owner needs to stand up for themselves, and they need to stand up to their wages, to their slaves. And it's like there's only so much you can take. There's only so much you can take when you're in a business owner position or a management position, and you have to deal with these people every single day, not understanding what they're supposed to be doing. You've gone over everything with them. You've done your best. You've done everything that you can possibly do to prepare these people and to train these people, and you've invested your time and energy. You've given them the
tools to succeed,
and they just turn against you, or just fail and disappoint you in every possible way. And it's like, when do I get to stand up for myself? When do I get to speak the truth?
It's one of those things, this idea of and this is a very modern idea, one that I stand in firm defiance of the toxic work culture. Oh, that's toxic. You can't just talk to your employees like that. I'm a human being. I have dignity. Motherfucker, no you don't. You work for me from 9 to 5 or whatever the fuck your hours are. Your soul belongs to me. Your body belongs. Everything you do, it's in pursuit of my profit. Because guess what? If I'm not getting profit, you're out of a job. You're dead. You're in the street in the gutter rotting amongst the filth. That's what it becomes because you're not smart enough to open a business. So yeah, I'm going to yell at you. I'm going to denigrate you. I'm going to call you a fucking retard. And if you don't get your shit together, I'm gonna kick your ass out the door.
To any of the
Like this idea that people deserve dignity, it's like earn dignity. Earn it. Take it.
Well,
it's right there. You just have to not be stupid. Just take it.
very well said. And I think to any of the gorillas out there listening right now who own businesses themselves, take after these people. Make your own sign, and it doesn't necessarily have to say non-stupid people. It can say non-fat people,
no black people. You can't do that one.
No, can't do that one. But be creative. Come up with something. And embrace that standard. Because we should all have standards.
And look, I agree with that so much. And it actually just kind of what you said there with the no melaninated folks, when you said that very viciously and angrily, I didn't really understand it. But it reminded me of when I was in Alaska this year. I have a little Alaska story to regale the gorillas with. I don't talk about my own life that much. It's the end of the season. We're waiting to get pulled out of the water, our boat pulled out. And the boat next to us, also waiting to get pulled out, had this old Native American captain. He looked like Chief Phillips or some shit. Old boomer Indian guy. We tie up, we start talking to him, and he says to me, and this is one of the funniest things I ever heard in my life. He said, and this proves that racism, is extinct in America. He says, "I am not a racist, but I will never hire another black again. I hired a black to work on my crew, and he was awful. I thought they were supposed to be strong, like the ox." And, just hearing him very Native Americanly being boomer racist, even down to saying, "and I am not a racist," followed by extreme racism, I thought to myself, look, we're healing.
Yeah.
We are healing.
No,
Yeah.
That's true. Good story. Good story.
Yeah, it's a really good story that I'm definitely going to leave in.
I'm definitely going to leave.
I'm leaving that one in. And this guy is being fought. A lot of people online getting into fucking internet slap fights about this poor business owner and his base sign. But sometimes those internet slap fights leak out into the real world. Are you aware of this, Micah?
I have not been made aware of this. I thought people didn't go outside.
So I found a video, and I didn't think these people went outside either. But somehow, one of them lifted themselves up by their bootstraps, walked outside, and harassed a interracial couple. And I wanna show this video to you, my gorillas, to show you what an internet slap fight looks like in real life. And the steps that you can take if you're put in a self-defense situation like this, where a rabid wing cuck comes after you, what is the right course of action and what is the wrong course of action?
You guys know race mixing was illegal up until 2000. Race mixing was illegal up until 2002. You're gonna give up 50,000 years of evolution if you mix up with this dude.
Are you filming us?
Yes. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
But you
just look awkwardly. Look awkwardly.
No, you realize that race makes it's going to give up 50,000 years of your evolution, right? There's 2 billion of those people being born because of.
Did you know that it's actually better evolutionary to like?
No, it's not.
I'm not gonna.
Now, this guy had the right idea. The wing cuck comes up to him, starts talking about, miscegenation, you're destroying your heritage and your culture, why won't you fuck me? I'm a white guy. And what does our based half-black king say? He says, just look at him awkwardly.
Yeah.
Just let him keep talking. Cock your head a little bit. Just let him run out of steam, because that's what happens. These people, they get all pent up. They get all this rage from being in online wing cucks, and they come out in real life to terrorize. And he understands this, and he just says, yeah, just look at him. Just look at him. Look at this guy. He's probably fat.
Yeah, and not saying I would ever do what this wing cuck is doing, but if I were to approach these two and this was my position, I would just look to the dude and be like, homie, do you know how broke this bitch is gonna look in like 12 years?
Yeah.
I'm giving you an out.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like, you wouldn't find yourself in this position because you're an elevated thinker. And these people, civilians, they should thank God that people like us with better brains, bigger brains, aren't going around wrecking their lives. This guy's trying to come up and do it. He's trying to make a point. He's failing. But yeah. So I'll just let this one continue because predictably the woman fucks everything up. He had a perfect battle plan and she just lays waste to it.
Talk science.
No, it's not.
I'm a scientist.
No, it's not.
Actually am a scientist.
Okay,
I'm not going to
no.
Literally, if you literally, you're just throwing down your genetic line.
For sure.
Pretty much, you're just LARPing. You're LARPing as a European in America. If you had any actual heart and integrity, you'd go back to
So, see, this guy is just like, yeah, cool, man. All right, awesome. His girlfriend starts talking up, starts squawking, I'm a scientist, and actually mixing races is better for genetics. It's like, he's just like, shut up, stop, don't engage, don't even, just look at him. He's a zoo animal. He's an exhibit. This guy was created in a lab on the internet, basically. Just watch him embarrass himself, but she can't stop with her puny woman brain. She can't help but to fuck up his whole plan. And it was working until she did so.
I don't even think people who are against miscegenation would look at this and not be like, this guy's cringe. This guy.
Yeah, and you know what? I bet people that are against race mixing and watch this would be like, yeah, you know what? That black guy seems okay.
Yeah.
He's not, as the racist community says, chimping out about this. He's calm-headed, he's collected, he's cool. And that's why he's able to land a mid-white girl, even though he's a manly. It's because of that superior brain power he possesses. But unfortunately, bystanders see this and they can't just leave it alone. They can't just let this man handle his business. He had it handled. He just needed to have his bitch in line a little more, and it would have been perfect. There would have been a 10 out of 10 execution. But in comes the simp, here to save the day. The white knight in his armor and his shining stallion, here to save the day. The poor black man.
Mogging this poor mixed man.
Yeah, who had it under control. He had it under control, but this guy just couldn't help himself. And the internet argument in real life continues.
Are you done?
What are you, a Jew?
Are you done?
Are you Jewish?
No, fuck no, man. Are you done?
Fuck no.
No, but I'm saying the truth.
Fuck no.
Hold on.
Actually,
I know.
though,
Are you
I
done?
am a scientist and you are wrong.
Actually, though.
So you.
Hey, it's done now. It's done.
So you think
he's like, please shut up. Please shut up. Please stop.
You think hybrid vigor is a thing?
Bro, film me, bro. Film me. Okay. Film me. Just stop. Stop that shit.
What are you?
Right?
What are you? Some SJW warrior?
Dude, I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
it's done.
White people are only 7% of the world's population.
That's me. And I'm part of that. And I'm part of that. And it's done now.
And if we
whatever you're doing is done.
If we intermix, we're gonna become.
Who gives a fuck, dude?
I give a fuck because we're the only creators of society.
No, we're not.
No,
we ain't.
Net migration only flows into white country. It doesn't flow into.
Just stop.
Exactly.
So this guy, he takes it upon himself. And look, if you're in a situation where you're like, all right, I'm gonna take the stand. I'm gonna be the guy who comes in and owns the rabid conservative retard. Have something of substance to say. So have some value. Don't just go there and be like, oh, you're dumb, bro. You're dumb, bro. This is dumb, bro. Put yourself in this situation that you had no business being in, and you're floundering. You're floundering.
Also, he makes himself. He put himself in a situation where he opens himself up to looking really bad. I mean, he said, "Fuck no, I'm not a Jew." What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, big guy?
He seemed very offended by the notion that he could be Jewish. Dude, I'm no fucking Jew. Whoa, man. Jesus Christ.
All right, I believe you.
Is this your friend?
I believe. Yeah.
If it was a Jew, he would have had something smarter to say, I bet.
Yeah.
And as a result of him putting himself in this situation, I want to play out exactly what happens. We saw the right way to handle it. Look at the wing cuck like a zoo exhibit. It starts shitting into its hand, throwing it around. You say to yourself, wow, that really is something, huh? And you have this guy who gets down into the cage and says, no, you can't shit in your hand. No, stop it. stop it, you can't shit in your hand, that's bad, with no real reasoning behind it, and ultimately he ends up getting blown the fuck out.
He's stupid. He's stupid. Okay, name me one black country that you would want to move to.
Name me one.
Yes, name me one black country that you would move to.
This is my guy right here. Just go.
Name me one black or brown country that you would move to. Everybody moves into white countries. Everyone moves into white countries for a reason. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because you don't have a retort.
Yeah, he did kind of get blown the fuck out there.
Yeah, he got wrecked. But look, if you want to get down in there, like, you're not going to beat an ardent racist at arguments about racism. You're just not. They've been concentrating. They've been studying this for a long time. It's kind of their thing, you know.
Yeah.
They are going to stump you if you go in there trying to dissuade the notion that they should be racist or they should be doing that. This is the racist community. It's a lifestyle, you know.
Yeah. No, you're 100%. You're 100% accurate. He didn't stand a chance.
No. And, you know, that's why you can't let your emotions get the better of you. Be like our based and grill-pilled half-black friend here, who saw the situation for what it was and treated it accordingly. Do not, I repeat, do not engage. Unless you're ready. Unless you have the dab ready, because this is all the guy has.
Speaking of do not engaging, we may be entering into a new era of the internet here, where that is the norm. Do not engage may become law. Recently, I don't know if you've heard this or seen this or smelled this, but the Supreme Court is going to be reviewing Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. And I don't know if you know what that is. Are you familiar with this?
Right. So Section 230 basically it bars platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or really any website from being responsible for the contents that are posted that aren't even if they're illegal, as long as they're like taken down or whatever, but they're not responsible
for opinions
like defamation
and
opinions, all that shit.
And the case that's being brought up isn't really important to me, but just the idea that this could potentially happen. I mean, we don't know. I mean, we weren't sure that Roe v. Wade was going to be taken down, and we saw how that fucking went. So this might be another dynamic shift in our society where, I mean, think about this. I'd say that almost every instance of Wayne Cuck violence can be traced back to Section 230 protected speech on social media. I mean, you think about like Chaz, Unite the Right, January 6th insurrection people, Black Lives Matter. Like, not a single person would care about any of these things if they weren't told to by some retard on social media. And big tech wants you to believe that, we couldn't have foreseen the consequences. But they have access to these people's profiles. They know just as well as the FBI what these people are capable of. And we, of course, we give them a pass. We give them a pass because, they made some shady deals with the people in Congress. And so, if this is struck down, Google and Facebook and other tech companies, they're going to be forced to do the right thing, which is not allow people to have opinions online, like facts and logic only. And and I think I feel like that's a completely fair and sensible policy. If they don't know what constitutes an opinion, that should be banned, they can just ask the government. And
well, look,
I just want to say, of course, we at the Grillcast have nothing to worry about, because on this show, all we've ever done is speak the truth and tell people not to commit mass shootings.
Right. We are arbiters of truth. And that's the problem, is that you have these people, journalists. They say that what they're telling you is the truth, but they're really just spreading opinions. They're spreading propaganda to hurt people, and they're using these platforms to do so. They're doing this intentionally. They're trying to warp the minds of our innocent youth. So you could even say they're grooming them, that they're grooming these youths into being wingcucks, into being terminally online, and to being people who believe that their opinions have any bearing on reality weight to them at all, which is absolutely not true. So when you have these platforms promoting this sort of thing, I think we should be able to sue them. We should be able to say, look at the damage that you've caused to us.
I mean, how many times have you just been scrolling on social media and saw a post and thought to yourself, this is going to hurt somebody. This is going to fuck somebody up. This is going to ruin somebody's life. Well, you're probably correct. Are you
telling me that, like, I'm scrolling Facebook, you know, I'm a fresh-faced young man, you know, the whole world's in front of me. I'm scrolling through Twitter. My whole life's ahead of me. And then I see a fat chick in a thong. A fat woman, disgusting, nipples protruding, and I can't sue this platform over it because they have these protections. I just have to take all of this in, and I just have to deal with it, with the mental damage that I've been inflicted.
I mean, oh my God.
Okay, how about this? You know, this young single mother, you know, left with this child. Now she's lonely. She doesn't know what to do. You know, she's not getting child support for some reason. And she thinks to herself, I need a companion. What would be the best breed of dog? And she reads this opinion, you know, these groups that say pit bulls. Oh, they're the nanny dog. They'll take great care of your children. And then the pit bull goes on to maul her beautiful mixed-race child. Now, I ask you, does the platform have no responsibility here for allowing this misinformation to be perpetrated for this real actual harm that is committed thousands of times a day? Like, you think abortion's bad for black babies? The elevation of pit bulls as a nanny dog has got to be 10,000 times worse.
Yeah. No, more damage was done by Michael Vick's conviction than anything that he actually ever did. And
he was cleaning up the streets.
And I stand by that statement.
Well, look, you know, I just think that generally, at the end of the day, more lawsuits in this country is a good thing.
Yes.
You know, the court of law, you know, it's a place where facts and logic prevail, where opinion doesn't matter. And that's what it comes down to. In the court of law, your opinion is meaningless. It's all about the factual evidence laid out by some Jewish guy that you're paying $20,000 a month to. And that is how we reach, you know, that's how we reach equilibrium in society. That's how we solve our disputes. No longer do we go in the streets and, you know, duel at sunrise, pull out your guns. No, we've evolved past that. We've evolved past that need for senseless violence. You know, instead, we should protract all of our grievances with each other in a court of law, and with everybody wasting tens of thousands of dollars. This is the civilized society's way of figuring these things out. And the sooner that we can do that, and do that for these internet companies, do that for anybody who's wronged you. You know,
well, I think the most important takeaway to me is that, you know, if this goes into effect, if Section 230 is revoked, people will think twice before posting their opinions online, and that is the single most important thing that could happen to fixing this society.
You know, I think that 230 doesn't actually protect the opinion holder as much as it protects the platform on which the opinion is espoused.
So that's my point, all right, is like the platform is going to be a lot more stringent in what it allows these people to say. All right. Like, you know, if some guy's like, hey, you guys all want to hang out and walk around and buy tiki torches and say Jews will not replace us, and the platform's going to look at that and they're not going to be like, whatever. You know, they might actually do something about it now.
Yeah, because before they just said, oh, well, great, we can targeted advertising
for tiki torches,
gay polos and some tiki torches to these people. Awesome.
Yeah.
This is money in our pocket right now, and now
there are more important things than money, and that's what these social media companies, you know, that's a lesson that they'll be made to learn.
Well, I don't know if I agree with there being anything more important than money. Good money. But you know, that's why we need to use the carrot and the stick. The carrot and the stick.
Yeah, I don't know if you have anything else you wanted to bring in for the show. We're running a pretty juicy episode.
Yeah, I do have one more thing, actually. I have one more thing. Surprise topic. We need to talk about the Jews for real, my
Oh my
guys.
God.
No, I'm kidding. No, I don't have anything
Okay.
else.
Okay, thank God.
Bros, okay, sit down. Did you know over 109 different countries? No. Nope, that's all I got, big guy. That is all I've got. My Grillas, thank you for listening. I'm gonna be back on the grind. Look, I've been a busy guy. You know, I was on the grind for a while, you know, hitting it hard. Now we're just doing our our weekly show for a couple weeks, but I'll be back. I'll be hitting it hard. For example, on our Gumroad, the Grillcast.gumroad.com, we will shortly be doing a slur tier list. A tier list where we rate the best and worst slurs based on efficacy, you know, how it feels rolling off your tongue.
Yeah.
And we'll be using these slurs. We can't do that on YouTube. They won't allow it to happen. They'll kill us. They'll drag us out in the streets and leave our bodies rotting. And so, on our Gumroad, we have the freedom, the ability to do so. And your monetary support makes that possible. For as low as $5 a month, you can figure out what is the best slur for me to use. What am I going to put into my repertoire? What's in my holster right now? What slur?
Yeah, what's funny,
can I
what's
use
practical,
for the kill shot?
what makes the most sense. You know, it's really about day-to-day use and practicality, and, you know, also the cleverness, you know, involved in formulating these slurs. You know, this is important information.
So we'll have that up by the end of the month. You know, we have our inaugural bonus episode from the beginning of the month. There is content to be had there, my Grillas, so go check that out. And with that, oh my God. We done it. We done a full episode. So yeah, peace out, my Grillas.
Love you, bye.
I'm old as a boomer. My mind said I'm Zoomer. Everything cooler, long as I'm not Laura Loomer. If you think I'm not number one, I just spell that rumor. Hit the victory royale on some motherfucking coochie. Default dance on a bitch. Hit the default dance on a bitch. Floss dance while I'm flossing in a whip. Victory royale when that chopper hit. Self-incrimination, I have no participation. News keep asking, I don't say shit. You can't have my conversation.
Well, all right.